How Canva went from a small idea in Australia to a $25 billion company. In 2007, a young Australian university student named Melanie Perkins faced a problem that millions of people around the world could relate to: graphic design was hard. At the University of Western Australia, she was teaching fellow students how to use complex design tools like Photoshop and InDesign. She noticed something: students weren't frustrated because they lacked creativity, they were frustrated because the tools were intimidating, expensive, and designed for professionals. Melanie had a simple thought: what if design could be as easy as dragging and dropping? That idea didn't leave her. She and her boyfriend, Cliff Obrecht, decided to test the concept. They started small, launching a niche platform called Fusion Books, which allowed schools to design and print their own yearbooks online. It wasn't a billion-dollar company, it was a scrappy little startup run out of Melanie's mom's living room. But it worked. Students and teachers loved the simplicity. More importantly, Fusion Books validated something powerful: people wanted accessible, user-friendly design tools. A dream bigger than yearbooks. While Fusion Books was growing in Australia, Melanie and Cliff dreamed bigger. They imagined a global platform that could allow anyone, whether a student, a small business owner, or a Fortune 500 company, to create beautiful designs without needing to master complicated software. But dreaming and building are two different things. They needed investors. They needed engineers. And they needed someone who believed in them. So Melanie did what every determined founder does: she pitched. And pitched. And pitched. She faced over 100 rejections from venture capitalists. Many investors couldn't imagine that two young Australians could disrupt giants like Adobe. But Melanie didn't give up. A chance encounter. The turning point came when Melanie attended a conference in Perth and met Bill Tai, a well-known Silicon Valley investor. She pitched her vision of democratizing design. Tai was intrigued but cautious. He introduced her to his network, encouraging her to refine her pitch and meet more investors. One of those introductions was to Cameron Adams, a former Google engineer. Adams joined as Canva's third co-founder and chief product officer, helping turn Melanie's vision into a scalable, user-friendly product. Together, the trio laid the foundation for what would become Canva. Launching Canva. In 2013, after years of perseverance, Canva officially launched. The platform was free, online, and incredibly easy to use. Anyone could create social media posts, flyers, presentations, and more with just a few clicks. The timing was perfect. Social media was exploding, and businesses of all sizes needed visuals, fast. Canva offered not just simplicity, but also a library of templates, stock photos, and fonts that removed the barriers to professional-looking design. Word spread quickly. Teachers used it for classrooms. Entrepreneurs used it for branding. Non-profits used it for campaigns. Suddenly, design wasn't exclusive anymore, it was for everyone. Scaling globally. By 2015, Canva had millions of users and was expanding rapidly. The team continued to improve the platform, adding collaboration features, premium subscriptions, and enterprise tools. They also invested in accessibility, ensuring Canva was localized for different countries and languages. The company's growth was fueled not by flashy marketing, but by word of mouth. People loved using Canva, and they told their friends. The platform grew virally, becoming a go-to tool for small businesses, influencers, and even major corporations. Valuation skyrockets. Fast forward to the 2020s, Canva became one of the fastest-growing software companies in history. By 2021, the company was valued at $25 billion, making it one of the most valuable private tech companies in the world. Melanie Perkins and Cliff Obrecht, once two students with a scrappy yearbook idea, had built a global empire. But what made Canva different wasn't just its valuation. It was its mission. Melanie always emphasized that Canva's purpose was about empowerment, giving everyone, everywhere, the ability to design. Lessons from Canva's story. Canva's rise isn't just a business success story, it's a lesson in perseverance and vision. Start small, dream big. Fusion Books was tiny, but it was the seed for something massive. Resilience matters. Over 100 investor rejections didn't stop Melanie and Cliff. Solve real problems. Canva didn't invent design, it reinvented accessibility. Empower your users. Canva's success came from putting power in the hands of everyday people, not just professionals. The future of Canva. Today, Canva serves over 100 million users in 190 countries. From high school students making posters to Fortune 500 companies running marketing campaigns, Canva has become a universal language of design. And Melanie Perkins. She remains grounded. She and Cliff have pledged much of their wealth to philanthropy, aiming to give back while continuing to grow Canva into a company that changes the world. What started as a small idea in Perth is now a $25 billion company redefining how the world designs. Canva's story proves that innovation isn't about where you start, it's about how far you're willing to go with a dream, persistence, and the belief that design belongs to everyone.